Hi loves, this is Aldea, and today I wanted to talk to you about my favorite matte formulas in my collection, eyeshadow wise. There is a lot of brands nowadays. I'm especially here talking about indie brands, but I know it can be a little bit hard, to decide. There are always wonderful, beautiful launches, and when you don't really know a brand and what the formula is like, it can be really hard to decide what to get. So I'm doing this little video talking about my favorite matte formula. I'm also going to do my favorite shimmer formula, and later on I will probably do a favorite brand overall, because many brands don't only do eyeshadows. Hopefully you will enjoy this, and let's just get started. So here in front of me I have 10 palettes. Those 10 are, to represent the brand itself. And yeah, I have two that are more honorable mentions, but I still really wanted to talk about them. And yeah, overall, I just love those. And it was actually really hard to pick, because when I started doing my makeup with indie brands, mattes were not really the priority. They had like beautiful shimmers, but mattes really were the things that they had to work on, and they did. Now I realized, going through my collections, that I have many brands that have an impeccable matte formula, and that's what I wanted to share with you. So yeah, that was a long way to go, and I'm so glad. First, I'm going to talk about my honorable mentions. That are still some of my favorites, but I still wanted to point them out for a specific reason. The first one being the What's Up Beauty matte formula. This one is their first ever palette. This is the Geodes palette. I also own the Dragon Eye and the Skyfire, and you can see what it looks like. I really enjoy their matte formula because it's really easy to use. This is a very beginner friendly formula. This is very smooth. It's not too pigmented. You cannot, go overboard with it. And I think it's really a brand that I would really advise a beginner to try first. And I feel the same way about the shimmers. This is a really beautiful and sort of affordable brand, in my opinion, compared to all of the prices that are on the market. And yeah, that's the reason I wanted to talk to you about it, because I prefer mattes that are a little bit more pigmented and a little bit more colorful. Most of their mattes are quite neutral, but I still wanted to talk about it because for beginners this is a gem. I think that their formula in the Dragon Eye is pretty much the same as in the Geodes. I think that in the Skyfire it's a little bit drier for some reason, or maybe it's just the palette that I got, I don't know. I tend to prefer the formulas that their first formula, the ones from the Geodes and the Dragon Eye, so easy. I still enjoy the Skyfire one, but it's a little bit less blendable, I feel like. Maybe it was just that palette, but I don't know. Still one of my favorites. Another honorable mention is going to be Fantasy Cosmetica. Here is the Cosmic Cove palette that I recently reviewed. I can put the link up there. And this one I really wanted to talk about because of the progress of their matte formula. I picked up their first ever palette, the Druid palette, and I actually really love that formula still, the matte wise, but it wasn't the easiest to work with. Like, it took a little bit of time because it was really pigmented and you really could go overboard with it when you weren't, an expert in blending. And I was really not, like, I was really an amateur when I started using Fantasy Cosmetica. Maybe that's the reason, I don't know, but I really felt like in this palette the formula was really smoother but still really pigmented, but not too pigmented to the point that, you know there is no escape. You put too much and it's never gonna be okay. I really felt like this one was easier to work with than what it was, and I love both of them, but I really felt like this one was even better, and yeah, it's now one of my favorites, so they really deserved the shout out. Then, of course, I have to talk about Gourmand Girls. This is the Nightshade palette. And first of all, color story, of course. This is my this is my first ever Gourmand Girls palette, and I remember when I bought it, I fell in love with their matte formula. They were my favorite ever because pretty much I'm gonna say pretty much the same thing in all of this video. I'm sorry. There are a few changes here and there, but overall it's quite the same. I thought that it was pigmented yet not too pigmented and really really easy to blend. I feel like Gourmand Girls has one of the easiest blendable formula ever, matte wise, and I love them for it. And same thing, not too pigmented at right off the bat, still pigmented, like you don't have to put more and more and more and more, like it's quite fast to use in my opinion. And yeah, they have beautiful formulas overall, but their mattes are really like this. I feel pretty much the same way about the Runes formula. Runes, my love. This is their collab palette with Andromeda. It's the Magnetic Mineralia palette, and their formula is really smooth, really easy to apply, really fast to work with, even faster than the Gourmand Girls formula. And like, I don't think you can ever get anything patchy using it. It's so beautiful. This palette especially, well, the tones are really muted. Maybe it's one of the reasons, but when I use that palette, I know it's not gonna take me a lot of time. Like when I'm in a rush, this is one of the easiest formula that I would go to, because I know that in like, I would put it here and be done, because it's so easy. It's pigmented just what it needs to be. It blends beautifully. It's so so lovely. And yeah, spoiler alert, this one is going to go into my favorite brands because their shimmer formulas are so spectacular as well. But we are not here for this. We're talking about the mattes, and their mattes are really top notch. Then another brand that I feel pretty much the same way about is Day Signature. This is their Fearless Holiday palette. It did rank really high in my ranking, in the last ranking that I did of all of my palettes in my collection. This is so, so beautiful. And their formula is, I would say, like, it's pretty much the same as the Gourmand Girls and the Diaveron one. Maybe a tad bit more pigmented, but so easy to blend, so fast. Same thing, this is one of the formulas that I would go to if I'm in a rush and I don't have plenty of time to do my makeup. It's so so easy. I do own this one. I also own one of her Chromebook. I have the volume 2. I'm really eyeing the volume 3, but and it's, let me just show it to you. It's one of those palettes that only have 3 mattes and all of the rest is shimmers. When I don't have time but I still want something special, one of these mattes, even if I only use one, it's still enough because it blends beautifully and it's dark enough to be the darker part, and it blends so beautifully that you can still use it as a crease shade and to blend it to a lighter shade. So so good. And then one of the shimmers and you're good to go. Yeah, their formula is so so beautiful, and I'm so in love with that brand as well. Then of course I had to talk about Singe Beauty. This brand has, yeah, I'm not talking about my favorites, not today. The matte formula. So beautiful, so smooth, so easy to work with. Sorry, I'm saying the same thing, but it's pretty much the same because you don't have to go too many times in the pan, but still you don't have too much on your brush that you don't know what to do with it. It's blendable, it's always beautiful. You can't, I don't think you can do something and be like, you know, this is too much, I'm lost in it. This is so beautiful. Even this bright neon-y, yeah, it's pretty neon, I guess. It's still really impactful because with those type of colors, it can go either way. And yeah, this is at the moment my only palette from the brand, but it's enough for me to really love it as much as I do. And yeah, this is so beautiful, and also I think a brand that I would consider to advise a beginner to use for the first time. The four other brands that I'm going to talk about are a tiny bit more pigmented, which I tend to prefer a tiny bit. But I love all of these for pretty much the same reason. They are really easy to work with, really easy to blend, beautiful, not patchy. Let me just go through them. I'm gonna first talk about the first one that I did discover, which is Bella Beauty Bar. This is the Poison Garden palette. This is not the first palette that I discovered from them, but it's a beauty. And I really feel like this formula, same thing, very pigmented, very easy to blend. Maybe I feel like this is more pigmented because I only own like darker or more colorful shades of this brand. I don't really own a lot of transition shade. Like maybe the only one that I own is this one. I don't know, but so beautiful. Maybe because of this, this is not a brand that I would really advise a beginner to use, but this is one of my favorites. And as I'm talking about my favorites, this is in. And yeah, I really want to buy new palettes from Bella Beauty Bar because I think that one is the last one that I did buy from them. And I really miss discovering more of their palettes because their formula is so good. Like the matte formula really truly is one of my top favorite brands. Then I want to talk about a newer find, and actually I was so surprised. Like I expected to like it, but I did not expect to love it as much as I did. I think this, all of their formula is just perfect. I'm so impressed. This is Epic Beauty's Jewels of Eternity. This is Monolith brand. And oh my god, their mattes are very pigmented, yet very easy to blend. A little bit too pigmented for me to advise a beginner to use it, but for me it's so good. It was so easy to create looks with it, so fast as well, and I could do more bold looks. I could do like this palette in particular. Well, this is the only one that they have, but the only one that I have, the only one that exists. It's a tiny bit not dark enough for my liking. I enjoy eye looks to go darker, and we only really have one really dark options, and both of these, maybe you can't really see, but yeah, both of these are pretty much as dark as it gets. And it's okay, I still managed to do looks with it, but when I wanted something darker, I could really pack them on and they would build and build and build, no problems. So yeah, I thought that this was really impressive. This is a quite colorful palette, still have some pastels. The pastels work really beautifully as well. I have nothing bad to say about this formula. This is so impressive. For a first palette, like, I'm blown away by this. And yeah, this has 100% gone up in my top favorites formula ever. And yeah, I'm so glad that I did pick that palette up. Then two of my favorites, like the last two that I want to talk about, but I wanted, to save those for the end, which they are probably no surprise to you. The first one that I want to talk about is Unearthly Cosmetics. Of course, this is the Just a Taste palette. Beautiful palette, of course. Of course, I chose to show you some of my favorite palettes as well from each brand, even though I own many more. And the Unearthly formula is not too pigmented right off the bat. It's pretty much in the same realm as Gourmand Girls and Dieverune and Dede Signature, but it's so consistent and beautiful. Like, I have never tried anything from Unearthly formula wise that left me disappointed. Always so beautiful. The colors are really pigmented. The dark ones, same thing. The lighter ones, same thing. Everything is always so impeccable quality. And Unearthly is really known as a really, strong and qualitative brand, and they really deserve it, because this is an exceptional formula. And yeah, I'm really excited to have more. They recently revealed their new palette, and yeah, it has been quite a while since I bought from them. I'm pretty sure that the Not Normal Remastered was the last palette that I bought from them, which was quite a long time ago. And yeah, they just revealed their Opal Abyss, and yeah, I'm probably gonna get that one because of the formula, because I miss buying from them, and this is delicious. And the last brand that I want to talk about, of course, no one is surprised, Titanium Foxes, a French indie brand, even. And this is The Dying Day, which was one of my favorites from my last ranking. Again, link it up here if you haven't seen it. And this is, I think, really, I'm sorry, I'm trying to fold it, but I don't want to, yeah, I don't want to blind you. How can I do this? Okay, I will put it like that. Okay. This matte formula to me is very similar to the Bella Beauty Bar one. It's pigmented very, but not too much. It blends beautifully. It's always so beautiful. I never got any patchy looks with it. It's so good, and every type of color really works beautifully. Sometimes, you can try brands and really love their darker tones, but when they do pastels, it's not that good, and have a beautiful, really easy crease shades, but as soon as they go dark or really colorful, it's not okay. All of the shades that I ever tried from Titanium Foxes are just like this and so beautiful. And yeah, I'm so glad that I discovered that brand last year. Did I? Yes, only last year, and I should have tried them for so many years. But yeah, I'm so glad that I finally did, and I will continue to promote their brand because they are so beautiful. And yeah, mattes and shimmers. Spoiler again, sorry, sue me. This is such a favorite. Okay, so these were my 10 favorite matte formulas in my collection. I was thinking about telling you about my least favorite, but I I didn't really want to do that, because if they are in my collection, it's because I love them for a reason. Sometimes it's because I really adore their shimmers and not as much their mattes. But I always think, that there is always room to improve. And many brands that I did not like the matte formula at first, then became better and better and better. And now I really love them. So yeah, I did not really want to, put some brands under the bus. And I really wanted to talk to you about my favorites, because there are really many more favorites that there are disappointments. And yeah, hopefully you liked it. Hopefully it was helpful to you if you are struggling to really decide what brand to get when you want to shop indie brands. Let me know if you have favorite matte formulas that I did not talk about, because maybe I just only haven't tried them, and it will give me an excuse to do so. So let me know. Thank you so very much for watching. Hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye.